clear role, and then we will definitely see the best structure to adopt. Okay, be seeing what will be presented on our path, on our way of execution. So that's really what I wanted to share, if everybody agrees. So wait maybe 1 to 3 months. But as we go on, we still continue the discussion and the international discussions and the projects. So this will not be stopped. Our discussion will continue. Our board meeting will continue for those who are in the small group, and the discussion also open to everybody will continue. But as the roles will be concerned, we'll still have to wait a little bit so that we can all have a clear picture of the different roles and the structure. Thomas is, yeah. So does everybody go with that idea?
Yes.
Great.
Agreed.
Great. Great. So Elge, okay, Gemini said yes. Elge?
You said, I did not understand really, because you said we have a structure, but I don't know anything about the structure.
No.
You mean the structure that we had last time, or what do you mean?
He wants to table any further action on that structure until after a few months. Then we can revisit.
Okay, we can continue like this. Yeah, that's okay for me. Only the roles are not clear, and I think some are have more in different roles, and some roles are in projects, some roles are on the table, and I think we should be more flexible. We should not concentrate too much on this panel and say, okay, this maybe like this, But if somebody is able to do something, he's welcome to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, for now, until 3 months.
We are a good team. I think we are a good team.
Thank you. Thank you. So the other information is that last Wednesday, as you saw the picture on the group, we had a local meeting with the members of Abidjan. It was nothing else than meeting each other, because we were all here in Abidjan and we didn't have the opportunity to see each other and to hug each other and to share, basically the vision. So it was a wonderful time that CEOs, it was only CEOs, CEOs gathering, and then reconfirm their total implication in what we're doing. So we, took that opportunity to present the vision, okay, which is already on the website, and some of our activities that we are planning to do, and after we discussed a little bit on what can be the functioning of a local representation, taking the example of Côte d'Ivoire, because we need to include the local realities. So, but we're still working on that aspect so that we can, after the work, present that draft to the executive board, and if it is okay, maybe this can inspire the other representations around the world. But as we all know, as association or not for profit organization, our richness will be in the number of people that we will be able to mobilize, so that we can definitely say, okay, for this project, this is the number of members we are, and even if it is a project of, let's say, of $15 or $100,000, if we are 2,000 members, and everybody contributes even 10,000, okay, this will be almost 20,000. Okay, so as we are many, okay, many things then will be very easy to accomplish. Yeah, and the local representation also reflected on the possibility for some of the companies here, as most of them are CEOs, the possibility for some of the companies to use our network for social purposes, social cause, social actions, because they have social initiatives, into the actions. So as they already have that, and most of the time, some of the companies don't have time to implement social projects. So those projects, they can give the opportunity to Amistad to implement them, and then Amistad will be the organization, international recognized organization, which will be able to conduct projects for companies. So the reflection was on that side, and many other aspects, like we have students and people traveling around the world, and sometimes they need assistance. And if you go to a country for study, and this is the case of a student, and you always need somebody for your social integration. Yeah, so we can develop a kind of assistance to people, to students who can travel, and this will be in return of something that, like, and people do it already, or agencies do it already. So there are some ideas we're able to put together, but I said this will still be a draft. When we finish the combination of those ideas, we'll send them out as a proposal to the board, and if it is okay, then we can use that as an example, a document that the other representations or the board can even use as guideline. So basically, this was it, and the meeting was really interesting. We had a small a small barbecue right after. I didn't show that part, but it was really interesting. Yeah, really interesting. Mr. Kwasi Mr. Roland can yeah can give can testify that, right? Yeah, and you also saw the T-shirts. We had the T-shirts, and it was really fantastic that people are really engaged into it. So thank you. This was the report and the information I wanted to share. And like as we said, after that, Helge is going to talk about the aspect of project, and then we go to the last point. Then we leave.
Okay, I've just a list. I hope we will manage to be quick. The next meeting, the next debate theme should be identification and globalization. And this means what means identification for a national citizen, whatever nation this might be, and what means his role in a global community. And I hope this is that we can vote together now and today for for this theme to next debate, so we have something in our hands so to do. So can we vote now for this theme is okay, or are there questions about the theme?
Yeah.
What? Could you repeat the name of the theme for the conference?
Sorry?
You're breaking up.
Identification and globalization. This means, what does it mean if you are a citizen in your nation, and what does global mean for you or for a person? It has something to do with Pan-African identification. And we have European happenings, Brexit, for example, and there were I know in Europe I've seen in Europe things happening. There were a lot of views and visions and a lot of disappointments also. And already one of the nations in European Union has decided to leave. So in Africa, this is another theme. Pan-African identification of a new generation. This will be a large theme, and I know a lot of people will find a lot of words and a lot of themes to talk about. And Musa said it has something to do with our own identification as Amistad too. So maybe it clears up a little bit what we are walking to, what is our target. So I think this is a good idea to have the debate about this theme.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we have another theme, we can make it. We have more debates. I hope we have more debates, and we can collect themes. But I hope we can vote for this theme for the coming debate.
Yeah.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
Can we raise hand for yes or something like this?
Yeah. So
raise hand.
Yeah.
Guy, yes.
Yeah. What I appreciate.
Yes, I see.
Yeah. What I appreciate in the theme, in the topic, is that, as we are moving on an international, integration of, our members from every side of the world. So as countries are not limited to the borders of people are not limited to the borders of the country. So what is our role, in the global community? What can be, because the world has become a big village where there is no borders between, the people of the world. So globalization is, really expressing that idea of bringing everybody together in the same boat, and how can we expose our skills to an international level? All these aspects can be included in the
everyone.
Yeah.
That sounds really good, Musa, but there are times when being regional or continental are quite useful to protect the identity and the cultural values of a people. In this country, I think many of us are feeling that all of this ability to order from anywhere, some object, or to see anything on television is a wonderful thing, but we are becoming skeptical because they are taking all of our knowledge. When I go to YouTube.
Sorry to interrupt, but we have a lot of themes now, and this is just the theme for next debate. We are not doing the debate now, okay?
Good.
Nafi Bell, is this Fatou? I can see Nafi Bell online.
Yes, it's me. Yeah.
Okay, hi Fatou, good to hear you. Are you okay with this theme? Because I got no response.
I don't have any problem with it.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Gemines, can you, Musa might ask you to help with poll and so on. Maybe you can talk with him later about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually,
okay. Then
I was asking to have a flyer about that. Flyer as usual. In fact, if Gemini's can do that.
Yeah, well, the only thing I will need is just the information that we need to put on it. So, and then Musa, what I will also require is to get the color codes that we use for there's for Amistad, the blue, the gray, and maybe the orange, the yellow color.
Okay.
I'm sure need those color codes.
Can you clear this up later? Then this is just for two people.
Yeah, it's okay.
And just only
Okay.
after Jakuba told me he wanted to make something, and then later he admitted that he has no time. If you if you have your private duties and you have to need your time for your profession, and so don't be shy to say I have no time, because all what you're doing here is your free time that you invest into this project, and nobody can force you to do anything. Or I hope you understand this. So don't feel shy to say
okay.
no.
I'm down for it.
Okay. Okay.
It's all for the service of humanity.
Just okay. Next theme, website. Just to inform you, we have now 3 people. Musa has paid some money for a web agency to create a website, and I can tell you this website would have been costed about 3,000 euro if you would do this in Europe. I have sold websites and I know how the price is. So he got this for a very cheap price. To low down this price, I offered, and Gamines too, to get to take over the administrative password, and so we are able to make changes on the website, and we did already, and we hope we can continue this work and get better and better in moving this website. So if you have questions about the website, don't feel shy to ask Gamines or Musa or me to make a change. Maybe you find a wrong letter or something, a wrong word, or you want to have something changed, let us know it. Okay? This is just with no response. Then projects, about projects. First of all, the question is, Victoria, did you get another response for medication or medicaments from BASF so far?
I'm hoping within 1 to 2 months I will have a better answer. Right now the answer is no, but they told me not to give up, but to keep asking.
Okay, I understand. You're doing a really good job. So we skip this.
With this COVID-19, they are very short-handed. Number one, people are working from home or they're not working at all. And so they just don't have an answer for me right now.
I understand. Thank you for this feedback. Okay, and solar radios. I found a statistic from German embassy that were telling that Gamines' home nation has the most need of books for pupils. So one book is used by 10 pupils, and in other African country, one book is maybe used by 2 pupils. So the two pupils share one book, but in Gamines' home country, 10 pupils share one book. So this way we decided maybe it is worth to find out if there's a radio station in his country, and we can find out the frequency, the radio station, and the region, and then we can find out if it is worthwhile to organize some solar radios for his home country. This does not mean we won't do this in Abidjan too. Victoria.
Yes. Is there any way we can get those books on ebooks?
We can try this too. Ebooks. I will make a note.
Okay.
ebooks. I will check this. That's a very good idea. Thank you so much for this idea.
Okay.
I will check this. So far, if we want to share solar radios in the villages for the pupils, we need to know what are the radio stations, frequencies, and areas. And I asked Gemines, and maybe in Abidjan we find someone from the new from the new group there in Abidjan, who can care for what are radio stations and frequencies in Abidjan or in Ivory Coast or Gemines in your country. Can we organize this?
So Gemini is from Cameroon, not Abidjan.
Right, right, Cameroon, definitely. Gemines, I asked you last time, did you find out anything about the radio station and frequency in Cameroon?
Well, I'm still trying to dig, but so far, since in Yaoundé here, I've not been able to have access to any that we can probably work with. So I'm still trying to reach out to some colleagues that I have from other regions to see if there's a possibility on that.
Okay,
So, but
thank you
as soon
very
as
much.
I have any information, I'll let you know.
Yeah, thank you very much. So no hurry. If you're still on the work there, we will hear about this. Musa, do you have anybody inside who can care for this in your group?
In the group, yes. To find frequencies.
To find our station, the frequency, area, and maybe the time when they are sending out these school lessons for pupils in the villages.
Okay.
So we need the station to decide what kind of radio you have to buy, you know?
Okay, so the information we have to provide is the number of frequencies of the radio, or the kind of lessons they teach.
The station, the frequency, and the area, and then maybe the times too. But first of all, the station, the frequency, and the area, the region. Because it is no use to send a radio to a village if the village is out of the region, the area where it can receive the station, you know? So we have to clear up this. Samuel, please.
Yeah, shortwave radios should be able to serve in most rural areas, at least in West Africa. Shortwave.
Okay. Yes, shortwave means I prefer to know the dedicated frequency and the station too. So we know there is a station that is existing and is sending. Okay?
Okay.
If this is okay for you.
Okay.
So maybe we can organize this in Ivory Coast somehow. Mm-hmm. Okay, Musa, your part, and maybe you connect to Samuel to clear up this. Is okay for you too?
Yes, I think I took notes.
Okay. Okay. Now, Fatou, I'm sorry about this maybe misunderstanding about Yakuba, because I'm good friended with Yakuba, and I had the idea. Yakuba did once work for a company that is building kitchens or something, doing something with food, and I had the idea maybe he can help you with the receipts for sharing, for preparing food to keep it sustainable. And but Yakuba told me that he has no time for this, and I think he felt shy to tell me this first. So Fatou, about this, are you still planning to make a cookbook or receipts or something like this, and how can we help you to do this?
What is your question really? Because I don't get it. What do you want me to do? or what do I'm planning to do?
You were talking about food preparation, about these tomatoes and so on. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Yes, and my idea was maybe to collect some receipts and make a cookbook or something. Is this okay for you as a project, or did you throw away this idea?
I didn't throw it away, but I didn't sit on it because for me there was already project on the table, and it was a theme that we brought out, and I talk about the possibility to help the rural community, you know, with the food preservation. But it's not something I sat and say, yes, I'm gonna go for a book or do this and that with. No.
Yeah, so maybe we can think about this. Could be a approach. Or if we make a cookbook, maybe this will be a way to spread the information to those people who need it. You know. So maybe we can think about it, and if you have an idea, let me know. If just it is, I think this should be your project because it was your good idea, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't brought it as a project, but it was an idea that because I know it is as I said, it was about the team because there was a team there, and we were supposed to talk about things that we think it can be sustainable. And for me, in a rural community, I was thinking about that theme or that way of preservation of the food for people that sometimes can be out of stock, you know, living locally. But we can sit on it. We can think more when the time comes. We can think more about how to research about it if it can be something good to bring to the people. But I'm not sure if it's not something they are already doing there because I'm not back in Africa, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we have to clear up this. You're right. Maybe they have already all information. Okay, let's talk about it. Maybe I find some receipts from my part, offer them, and we can see what to do about it. Yeah. Well, this is all I have had about projects. I hope I didn't forget something very urgent, and if so, just let me know. You can write me WhatsApp or requests or something. 2 points have come into my head when I was listening to Musa at the beginning, and this is registration and banking. We need a way to send money to some, because from Africa to Africa sending money is not a problem. But if I want to send money, I don't know why, I don't know how. And Samuel said he sent money, but Western Union takes, I don't know, 5 or 10% of the money for themselves, and it was pretty a problem to send the money. So is there anything inside for this? And the second question to Musa is, how is the registration forwarding in Abidjan? Musa.
Yeah. Basically, what you said is really true. You know, it takes a lot of fees to send money to Africa when it comes from Europe and America. And that's why I think Yakuba suggested a software that could be incorporated into the website. But still, I think what what we need actually is a bank account, rather than a Western Union, because the organization for the different projects might need a bank account. Now, if it is a spontaneous project, like maybe before the creation of the bank account, we can try that with the Western Union, of course. Okay. In case of emergency, because the bank account to open it, there is a certain, criteria to fill. Okay. On behalf of an organization. When I was creating the bank account of my company here, they needed, an official documentation of the organization. And when you have that, then you can open, a bank account on behalf of the organization. But when you don't have it, for emergency cases, you only need to deal with the Western Union, and there are some other, things that we have MoneyGram, things like that. So when Yakuba suggested the idea, Elgis suggested me to contact Fatu to exchange about that, that idea, and if it was okay, so that we can try, we can make a try before giving the information officially to everyone who is out of the country, the continent. So we're still there. Okay, I think Yakuba should, okay, say how it works, because I have not yet experienced that electronic transaction with Western Union.
So about Yakuba, we can count on Yakuba because he's busy. He told me he's busy. He has no time. So is there another way to solve this? Do you know the agency, or how we can find this way?
Yeah, if we want to pay something now, maybe if it's the registration, you can probably say the fees are included. The fees are including the $100, so that the person sending cannot pay the fee. Maybe that's the only idea, because what we are talking about now is that the fees are too much when it comes to pay it at an agency of Western Union. So the only way is just either Western Union or MoneyGram, but maybe for the membership, we can put, okay, we can include the fee in the $100.
Okay, this was MoneyGram, or how was it called? I didn't understand.
Yeah, MoneyGram or Western Union, they have approximately the same
So
way.
my suggestion, let us make a test for MoneyGram. If it works, just if it works, can we do this? Just you and me.
It will work.
Yeah.
It will work. It just depends on specifics. Is there somebody or the recipient having an ID with the exact name that you indicate on the MoneyGram? It will work. Where you pay maybe $8 for every $100 you send.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, then maybe we find a way to make a description how to install this and how to move this. Maybe might this be a way to pay anything? It is another theme to pay how much and who and so on. But that we first have a way how to pay, because Africans are paying and Europeans and Americans are standing aside at the moment. Let us test this. And then
I wanted to have a clarification. Hege, are you talking about having let's say MoneyGram, their platform integrated to the website?
Yes, this would be the next step, but first we must test it if it works and find a description, a clear description for it, which is easy to handle for everyone. This
Yeah,
is what
but I think,
I think.
okay, but going towards that route, I think we'll need, like Musa is talking about, having the registration of Amistad, having all the necessary documentations put in place before we can approach either MoneyGram or Western Union. If those things are not there, it's impossible.
Okay, this means we are still in the process that the registration is waiting to be done.
Yes.
And then this is the next step. So we have to keep back and wait. Our patience is needed. That's okay. My patience is there. I'm full of patience. Okay, this is all of my points, and I think we had 45 minutes, and from my side we can quit. I have done. Thank you very much for your presence, everyone. I love you.
Helge?
Yeah.
I would just like to tell you something. I don't know if it's really helpful or not, but I had a friend in Kenya that wanted me to send some seeds to his farm. So I called five different companies here in America to see if I could ship him some seeds. Well, I can ship them, but he's not allowed to receive them. The federal government will step in and will not allow that. So I just wanted to throw that out there and see if there's anything else I could possibly do.
Oh, yes, seeds. This is one of the projects I definitely have forgotten. It's Thomas' idea, and I had this idea too. We can, what can we do about seeds? Because I grow potatoes in my garden, and I know if I don't grow potatoes, I don't get happy because I have to buy everything in the supermarket. But if you have no supermarket, I could not feed myself by what I grow in my garden, but I try. So I'm very near to you. I'm very near to you, this idea.
Yeah. Well, I remember Thomas
question,
talking also about seeds, and they wanted
yes.
organic seeds, and I really wanted to help them out. But the companies, and every one of these companies told me that what they usually do is someone will buy a whole bunch of seeds and they will put them in a suitcase and take them there. So I found that very interesting.
Yes. Yes, you can grow. My wife did grow potatoes in a little box in a box like this, and from one potato she got 15 potatoes in just in 3 months. So we were very happy to have this meal. It was a testing. We tested this out, my wife and me, and it was very successful. So let us see, maybe is there anyone who wants to take this project as his project? So he says, this is my project. I will make researches and find out what is for Africa maybe interesting and so on.
Thank you.
And
No, now the question I wanted to put to Victoria is, is it prohibited by the U.S. government to send seeds outside the country? Was it, a problem to receive it on the land, on the ground?
From what I understand from all the companies, and it was not any different, was that it has to do with the legality of being able to have the seeds shipped there. So none of these companies will ship to Africa, none of them. And right now they will ship to Canada, but even the 2 companies that I called in Canada, they will not ship to Africa. So I don't know how we can get seeds do not cost that much money. And you can get a lot of seeds for very little money. So I really liked the idea, but I didn't get anywhere with it. Thomas, do you have any ideas?
Okay, usually plant material is somewhat suspicious because it could contain a disease. And if you're going to import a disease, you could destroy your economy or a portion of your economy. So that kind of thing is very, there's hesitancy because it could contain a fungus or a bacteria or something that disrupts things. There's also economic things. For instance, there will be a company within the country who does that, and they don't want their market share cut in half. So my idea was to use the legal system that is in place, and I don't know what the laws are, say in Kenya, but it may be that 5 seeds are fine, just 5 seeds, because that isn't considered anything big. But somebody who knows how to grow plants can take those 5 seeds and in 1 year can produce thousands of seeds by simply growing those 5 seeds. And then once they're in country, that can become within a few years sufficient for everybody. So there may be a law that says it has to have so many grams and then it's illegal. But if it's just maybe 3 seeds or 5 seeds, they don't care. So the laws have to be looked at, I think, possibly.
I have found a website from South Africa where they send seeds. They sell seeds from South Africa. Maybe this is helpful. I don't know. Samuel, please.
Take them dinner. They got lunch and dinner at the same time.
Thank you very much. God bless.
Samuel, is this your
talk? Was speaking with someone in the
someone else. Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
who wants to care for this project? So we have one person who is.
Before Coach speaks, I wanted this idea of seeds with Victoria, because I suspect Victoria is coming to Africa very soon. So when I listen to Thomas, I think it's a wonderful idea that if Victoria wants to bring some seeds, maybe 3, 4, 5, she can bring them with her, and then we will grow it here. And then,
Yes, I will be bringing some organic seeds.
Yeah, definitely. So now the project will be how to multiply that, how to make it, really sufficient.
That I have no clue.
Yeah. So that will be the project. So, Coach.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I also have some information on seeds. I'll forward that to the group or to Victoria and Helge soon. I have an idea which I want to share with you guys. I hope you will consider it, and maybe individually you can give me a feedback over the next few days. There is a real push to increase women in politics and leadership in the United States. And I really think it would be good for Africa also to push for women's leadership. We have abused and neglected women all through history, as far as I can remember. And there is a big push to increase women's leadership in institutions. Tennessee has an African American for the first time being considered for Senate position in the Tennessee House of Reps. And I was talking to some of our supporters, and they wanted to see whether we can sponsor a Zoom conference call with a prominent African lady, who we can have a Zoom for both of them to have a dialogue of leadership, the need for women's leadership, for family leadership, and for political leadership of women. And we want to host a a Zoom before their election in November. So anytime between now, September, and end of October, would like to sponsor this Zoom conference call. So two things I'm going to ask brother, is it Roland, the brother from MTM? Is he still around?
Yes, yes.
And if MTM and Kone can work in Cote d'Ivoire to identify a female who is aspiring to be a leader politically or otherwise in the society, so that we can match Maquita Bradshaw. I have sent her resume, her background. Jimenez, are you on? Jimenez,
yes, I am. I'm on.
Could you check your email? I sent you the background for this lady because I couldn't get it to Kone. Okay. I want you to share that with Kone and Brother Roland.
Okay.
So you can look at it and let's see where we can talk maybe this week. If that's a possible way we can do that. Just a Zoom, setting up the Zoom, let a prominent African-American woman who is aspiring to be a senator, she has good record so far, and she can have a dialogue with an African woman, either a businesswoman or a political woman that you guys can identify so that we can start this type of cross-Atlantic interaction, okay? Thank you. And President, I hope you would approve that.
Yeah, definitely. This is a wonderful idea, and this shows the action Amistad can be playing or can be, getting in bringing, communities together or countries together as one.
Okay. All right.
So that's basically one of the objectives, I think.
Okay.
Being able to connect, countries, people, and we will make a lot of noise about this conference because we need to,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Jimenez, please forward to Kone and Brother Roland, okay? And you can share.
Do so.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. I'll share the link also on the WhatsApp group as well.
Okay. Thanks. Elge?
Okay. Yeah, Musa, you have the last word.
Oh, okay. So let me give that youth task to Victoria. Victoria.
I will be bringing seeds to Africa.
Yeah.
One point I forgot. We need a protocol. Who wants to write a protocol or summary for those who are not who maybe
present?
Who are not present? Yes,
okay.
I would like to, but I was lost in some sentence and so on. My English left me, so.
Okay, so maybe I will share because I'm recording, so I will share the link of the meeting with everybody after when I put it on YouTube. But as last word, with the permission of Coach and everyone and Vice President Victoria, I wanted to say we are and will always be on the right path as we go on. Exciting, information comes in, and I am really happy that Coach was able to share that information with us. I think I see it as an opportunity because we have AMISAS as a network is being useful somehow with this initiative of organizing such a conference between an African politician woman and an American politician woman. So this is a real opportunity for Amistad to say that we are serving, we are already useful, and that people can, really refer to us for such, this kind of action. And like I said, Gemini's and the communication staff, we will be able to make a noise to produce an announcement video of that, and then maybe sponsor even on Facebook, on the social networks, so that people can see already that we are serving as a bridge between countries. So very important. So thank you so much for taking your time then to be here today. And we have the next meeting on the 12th. The international discussion. This is not a meeting, but the international discussion on the 12th, and with the theme of today, the theme that Helge suggested, which is identification and globalization. Of course, Jimenez is going to make a flyer about that, and I will also do an announcement video so that everybody can share with the contacts. Helge already said that he has 2 people that are happy to participate in the next discussion, and that's very important for us to share out the vision so that many more people can join us and in this understand that the network is something that that can be useful to them. At the same time, they can be useful to the network. So if they come and hear from what we're doing, they'll be excited to join the cause, and from there, we'll be making members, which is very important. So that's why I already made every one of us administrator of the big group. So being administrator means that we can add new people, okay? Because that group is a platform where we can all receive, information on the current actions and also the future actions. So if you include your contacts in the global group, they will receive immediately all the information about what we are going to do next. Okay. So it's important to include people that we talk to, people we share the vision with, so that they can be receiving all what we have as information to share. So that being said, we said today is not going to be a long meeting. So if there is no other very important thing to say, maybe we can say goodbye from here. Wishing.
Well, I wanted to ask, has anybody been able to get to Helen?
Please.
Has anyone been able to get to Helen?
From Ireland, Helen from Ireland.
Helen,
Yes, I was wondering why she's missing too. I was wondering about this too. Is there any information about Helen from Ireland?
Actually, I tried to get to her, but if a WhatsApp number is not working, I don't really know why. So I was able to write, but I did not actually receive. I didn't, because the messages were not viewed, were not seen, were not marked or viewed. Seen. So.
Does anybody have the email address or anything else from Helen from Ireland?
No.
Seems no. Okay.
I do not, Helge.
So I have an email. I write to her by email then.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. We are in
Okay.
time at point.
Okay.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
you.
bye everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you very much.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.
Bye to everyone.